If you've been struggling to shed body fat, which I know you are, you're not alone. Most people never reach their goal not because they're not working hard, but because they're lacking some valuable information. I bring good news. There's a way to break that cycle and actually get lean even if you are at 30% body fat. It starts with understanding the key habits that really work. I've been in your shoes, starting at 30% body fat, and I found 3 underrated habits that made all the difference. Habit number 1 is the 15,000 rule. This simple yet powerful tip is something everyone can control. I'll show you how to incorporate this in your routine. But first, let's discuss why it's important from a fat loss and scientific perspective. Research shows that when you walk, your body primarily uses fat stores for energy, unlike more intense activities like sprinting, which rely on carbohydrates or glycogen. So why not make walking a bigger part of your routine? People often overlook walking because it seems too simple. Another scientific reason to prefer walking over running is that it's more sustainable. You're more likely to walk every day of the year than to run or use a machine consistently. Research supports that even 10,000 steps are incredibly beneficial, so making this a habit will be extremely valuable. I personally will tell you that walking is one of the best activities for cardiovascular health, and it's fantastic for your heart. Think of your heart as a pump and your arteries and veins as the pipes. Walking helps improve blood flow through these pipes, reducing the risk of blockages as you age, which is crucial for maintaining cardiovascular health in your 60s and 70s. Additionally, walking is great for your mental health. What I love about walking is that you can combine it with other tasks. If I'm on the phone or texting, I have a rule that I should be walking. I can even walk while reading a book or listening to a podcast. You and your spouse can walk together at the gym, using the time to chat about life, business, or future plans. This is a great way to stack habits and build healthy routines. More importantly, many people struggle to maintain their weight after losing it. Walking can be your insurance policy to keep the weight off. Now that I'm done explaining, here's how you can start to incorporate this into your routine. You'll need an Apple Watch, Fitbit, or any fitness tracker that can give you a solid estimate of your daily movement. And I promise you, this habit will be a game changer. Start by aiming for 10,000 steps a day, but gradually work your way up to 15,000. Here's some simple math. 10 minutes of walking equals about 1,000 steps. So you'll need roughly 150 minutes of walking throughout your day. You can easily hit this goal by walking to the gym and back. If your gym is 15 minutes away, that's 1,500 steps each way, adding up to 3,000 steps round trip. Additionally, during your workouts, instead of sitting on your phone during the minute or so of rest between sets, try walking. If your routine includes around 20 sets, those short breaks can add up to about 20 minutes of walking, which means an extra 2,000 steps. So by the time you finish your workout and walk home, you'll have accumulated about 5,000 steps. Habit number 2 is protein. So the formula to build muscle and lose fat is simple. 30 to 50 grams of protein multiplied by a caloric deficit plus weight lifting will equal your ability to build muscle and lose fat. Let me explain. Protein, in my opinion, it's the most important macronutrient. I'll tell you why. It has the biggest benefits when compared to carbs and fats. Number 1, it helps you build muscle. But what's amazing about protein is that it restricts your calories. You've never heard of someone getting fat from eating too much steak or chicken breast, right? That's because protein contains peptide YY, which triggers satiety and makes you feel full. So every meal, aim for 30 to 50 grams of protein and it will automatically help put you in a caloric deficit and build more muscle. So underrated habit number 3 is sleep. And I like to call it the awakening. The awakening is this. Sleeping 7 to 8 hours is a must. It has to be the foundation of your entire process. So here's how I want you to think about it. When you go to bed, it's like taking your car to the mechanic to fix everything you did to it during the day. Imagine you took your car out onto a track, racing it down the streets, doing all sorts of things to it. You'll need to fix it so it's ready to race again the next day. That's what sleep does for you. But if you don't sleep enough, it's like not changing the tires you were supposed to change or damaging the engine a little bit, and the car is going to break down. That's exactly what happens to people who only sleep 5 to 6 hours. Let me tell you why. For men and women, the main muscle building hormone is testosterone. When you sleep less, your testosterone can decrease by 30%. So if you're wondering why you're low on energy, not performing well, or feeling mentally foggy, it's probably because your testosterone is in the gutter from poor sleep. You become more insulin resistant, which means your body doesn't put carbs where they are supposed to go. And if your body doesn't put carbs where they're supposed to be, what does it do? It stores them as fat. So if you're noticing weight gain, the first thing to focus on is sleep. It's the bedrock of an entire transformation and has to be prioritized. But it's not just about weight gain. Sticking to a diet becomes 10 times harder when you're sleep deprived. I can tell you from experience, when I sleep 5 hours, I'm craving burgers and candy. But when I sleep 8 hours, I'm motivated and enjoy eating the healthy foods I've planned. So if you're trying everything and nothing's working for you, you have to first focus on getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. For all of you working hard or with demanding jobs, every day you sleep less. You're shaving years off your life, and that's not an exaggeration. It's the truth. You will pay a price for sleeping less, so just do it now. I'd also highly suggest that you give this video a watch next for an exercise to help you speed up the fat loss process.